Water! I got poop water on my face! No! This is, I imagine, one of the upper floors of that um, surround the academy, those really thick walls that are over 100 feet tall. And then an extra layer of this is I like the idea of like the academy doing a test flight with um Nestor, and like so you're like even higher up than you normally would be. Because of that kind of thing, like testing one of the sections or something. Um Nevertheless, uh the background narrative I wanted to do was there on the draconian, which in our world doesn't, it means something very bad. Yeah, now that I say it out loud, but um, you know, draconian like dragon. The draconian calendar that's existed for millennia by this point. The calendar that I keep track of the world has already always been narratively something that's only existed for about 700 years or so. Um, but the draconian calendar, one of the other calendars that existed for millennia, uh, kind of signifies this day that you guys are existing at um, the academy to be a dragon ceremony, kind of like in simplest terms, like a memorial day, to where they do dragon breath fireworks and celebrations and things, and stargazing at night. And night is the biggest part of the celebration, I imagine. There is art and theater and different things going on. Tell stories of famous dragons of the past and dragons that have influenced. Oh, there it was. The city of Salt, not the city of Salt. The Dragon City here is literally the academy was crafted over the last 2,000 years ish, um, by dragons. It's one of the two places that still stand as part of dragon society and culture that I imagine dominated a good part of it before new empires and things rose up to exist. But um, with that kind of reminder and edifice, there's a gathering from this part of the world, which is one of the more populated parts of the world, of dragons coming to the academy to participate in this kind of memorial send off. And I picture this as map. You're on this balcony, right? That is kind of designed for this very purpose. Like that's what this whole like that's how often this happens, how old this place is, that it has simply a balcony that's just a viewing room to view the dragons and just watch them fly around, watch their celebration, things like that. And it really serves no other purpose other than if someone wants to come up here and read. Or but that's a big part of the Dragon Academy. If you get, for those, you guys were, I designed that when I was drawing that place to be this place where there's just like expanses of space that they got to make them big enough for dragons, gargantuan creatures and things to kind of come in. So I imagine there's also claw mark, maybe breath melt marks here and there on this room. The decades that have gone in the past. Another dragon resting in here. Wildebrand, God knows where he's at. He's enjoying the festival. I imagine in some way, shape, or form. We probably Alec gets weird images and senses of him just being him. I imagine Horganoth doing the same, just enjoying the festival, enjoying people, being sneaky, doing whatever he's gonna do. Makes sense for him to just be chilling, as I was concerned.
If you hear screams,
yes. And then the rest of you, you have like chairs, people are sitting, enjoying some snacks or some drinks, and kind of just enjoying the evening. Quiet, kind of relaxing situation, I would say, on the And in this atrium, it is a nighttime kind of event by this point. You've been participated probably here and there throughout the day as you've done some of your shopping and things like that, but this has been the first time actually like it. And it's really about these ornate dances in the sky from different dragons. These odd, large, draping golden and silver costume accents that get flown out as they fly from different attacks and manipulations from their nostrils or how they develop it or even spells themselves. All dragons are innate spellcasters. There's it's a gorgeous goodbye. It's kind of like a somber feeling. There's no happy music. It's kind of very kind of like playful harp music kind of in the background to keep people quiet and kind of endearing. There's just a lot of like oohs and ahs, but rather than an annoying, obnoxious 4th of July celebration that makes my ears hurt, it's kind of like, oh, like that's pretty and art and like that's awesome. It's kind of the vibe that I got from this idea. The crew here is enjoying themselves. And I would say about, it's been quiet for a little while. And to begin some of the role play, the first intrigue, if you will, Sarek just stands up out of nowhere, puts his drink down and claps his hand. And he's like, all right, that's enough quiet for me. I've given it some long thought, some deep thought, and then I did a scry spell. So, figured out some things. Couldn't quite figure out the answer I wanted to get, but I figured out enough of an answer. Haha. I don't know if it's quite worth me returning for my final aims to the City of Salt. Who and what I was after seems to have vacated. So, this is where I think my evening will end. One final night of goodbyes, and I can leave you my list of best avoid and evade taxes, if you would.
Oh, I thought you were going to give a list of your favorite drugs. Then again, that list would probably go over the edge and hit the ground.
I do have that one prepared, though. I do have it prepared, but yes, it will. It has taken me the better part of yesterday and today to finish that one.
Well, good, because you can put that in my bag of holding, and I'll look at that later.
This giant roll of paper he takes out of his bag of holding to hand you for lists of drugs, written in languages you probably read, but that's okay.
Comprehend languages, I think,
yeah,
on written work. So
it does work on written work, yes.
Yep.
Well, it's okay. I have it in my other brain, so I will remember.
Wait, you had 2 brains as well?
The other brain, it's in the room, locked away in a box. It's one of the things I was hoping to go after, but the sneaky little elf has left, so I need to figure out where he went to.
I've heard about men having 2 heads, but this takes it to a whole new meaning. You have
I
3
had
heads.
another head before, but after I awoke, I decided to take the brain out of that first and keep as a backup. So in case I needed to, that one spell that I remembered there. It's been quite useful. It takes a little manipulation with modify memory to get it to work, but you ever made your own dead brain have a dream about yourself?
I've never been dead, so no.
Well, neither is the brain, technically. It's on a constant, gentle repose, permanency. So, experiments. Nevertheless, is there anything else I could leave for you? And this is also to stop roleplaying as Sarek. Two things. Sarek's a wizard. And that's all I'm gonna say. Second thing, if you want Sarek to continue to be part of the group, you will need to roll charisma checks. The only reason why I think this matters is he is technically, and he is technically the master of Kelvin. And Kelvin, the monkey, will join when he leaves the party. So that story will be vacating for those things. The original plan, I think, was to keep Sarek part of the party, but looking at what's going on and also how complicated wizards are to play in general, let alone
I
a
don't know what
wizard
you're
that...
yapping about. It was so easy to play. You just smack things.
Yeah, well, yeah, I love barbarians. I love fighting. Bards are easy too. Like bards is just like, I like Cerulean because they get like a limited amount of spells. It's like not like, and it's, like Sarek has so many fucking spells. So many fucking spells.
Yeah, I was just looking at my spells because I saw Alec on my screen. I was like, I should look at my spells, huh? I don't know why.
Oh my
Just
God.
there, it's that ingrained in my spell. I have freaking 29 spells, bro. Prepared.
Okay.
Not even learned.
Yes.
Prepared.
Sarek has 11 level 3 spells learned.
Yes.
11 level 3 spells learned. Okay. He literally, I think, knows like more than a third of all wizard spells. But it was part of his backstory. It made sense. But nevertheless. Okay.
I've been a part of my next backstory. What the fuck? I wanted many spells.
Well, it's something that which I've hinted to in this roleplay a little bit, but to be a little more something that can come up with the story. He was one of the previous 11th house lords, many, many years ago, who cloned himself, and when he cloned, it failed and went wrong, and he kind of lost his sanity and didn't know who he was, and his own got his Asia back. Griffor had taken over everything. And yeah, stolen the word of power from his clone brain that he's talking about. They're supposed to be like, Sarek was supposed to be a big part of the return to things, but then Nova left because, life got complicated, and then Falwyn killed off everything. So it was kind of like, well,
what happened?
And then Falwyn teleported away in control of the tower, and he put a bunch of like wards of like you can't scry in the tower and all that. Like this was before he
Why does that sound like a fucking Dark Souls mode? And then Fallen teleported away.
Yes, and then Falwyn teleported away. So like Sarek's story is all about Falwyn, like basically getting vengeance on Falwyn, more or less, because Falwyn, the interpretation is Falwyn in the background was influencing Orca and took the seat. Classic Sith. So kind of thing. But so Sarek, he's a really powerful for things, but all right.
I mean, Eros would say,
You sure you don't want to kill some dwarves?
I have killed more dwarves in my lifetimes than I can count. And I can count pretty high. I did it one time. I'm not going to do it again. But it was more than 1 billion. One of those lifetimes, all right? Nevertheless. No. There are certain things that I feel if I get distracted with the doors for too long, I will lose the fresh trail of them. I cannot locate him, and I was not able to, in our times together, with our own distractions, to understand who else to look for. Who else is in his own ploy? Does he have this Farwin of House Nibone an apprentice? I do not know.
I mean, do you want to know? I mean, who is this Fallon guy anyway?
He took something that belongs to me. I don't really want the tower. There's one room that's in the tower, and then next to it, there's another hidden room that where my brain is and other things. And like the tower's supposed to be mine. I was like one of the main people that solidified those 4 elemental rings and the ancient Tower of Heart, turned it into actually something useful. He wasn't
Wait.
there.
Wait, what tower are we talking about?
Orc Force Tower.
Orcafort Tower.
Well, Farwin's Tower by this point, as far as I understand. But
Wait, why would it be Fallon? This Fallon guy's tower? Why would it still not be Orcafort's?
for someone who grew up around Drow, Farwin is a high elf. I find them worse than come from a more ancient time when they ruled all of the lands from far as the horizon and sun could reach. One of my previous lifetimes, I was an elf and experienced it. It was a horrible time. Then the dwarves came in, got angry, a bunch of shit. Boom, boom, slash, slash, dead, dragon, wow! Like hand mine, sort of sense, but mostly nonsensical. And then
Gross nods.
You're capturing Sarah's character beautifully, I just want to say.
Good. But yes, now here we are, and I'm human. I enjoy the versatility of this, but I must find another within the next decades, and that puts some time crunch on me. Normally, I have more time. Kill some dwarves, save your city.
But wait, are you saying? Okay, I'm confused. Orcafork's tower is now this Fallon's tower, and did Orcafork like hand it over? I don't see him handing over anything. He's kind of a prick.
It was an aggressive takeover, as best as I can understand, because I cannot locate, well, let me rephrase. I can locate Orcafor, but it is a spirit lost in the shadows of the fugue plane. He must be dead by this point.
Well, shit. I can't. I gotta stop. I gotta stop laughing. I'm laughing to myself. Hold up. I'm gonna phone a friend. I'm gonna phone a friend. I cast sending on Birdman.
All right, Birdman.
And she says,
Hey, Orcafork is dead, and this Fallon guy did it. Do you know Fallon or anyone related to him?
I only got 25 words.
Did you ever use Further with Lords for anything other than sending?
I mean, I have clairvoyance, but I never get a chance to use it, so. That's the only other. I only have 2 third-level spells anyway. Reddit,
Yes.
did you hear the question?
No, I didn't hear your question. Sorry, I walked away. What happened?
Okay, Eros is sending you.
Oh God.
This is during your first 5 days of travel. No. No. I needed to add. I didn't add a session. Yes, this is during your first 5 days of trip. This is like day 2 on your way with the Tarrasque before you meet. This is before you even do that. Like the day you meet Shirthas, the little guy.
Little cat.
This comes to
Cat
me.
guy. Yeah.
I'll just redo the message.
This is before the Tarrasque asked me a question.
Yep.
Okay.
So Eros sends you,
God.
and she asks, "Hey, so Orcafork is dead, and some Fallon guy did it. Do you know him? 'Cause my friend needs help locating him or something."
He is dead. Dead as fuck. Yes. I don't want to, but yes. Sucks. Left. City. No tower.
Okay, left the city. Sending again. Okay, but Do
the
you
game that is
know-
used sending more than every other campaign combined.
okay, but do you know anyone who knew Fallon that is still in the city and maybe could get in contact with him?
No. No. Wait. Yes. No? Fuck. He's thinking like. Sorry.
Fuck.
No. No.
That might
Yes.
that might be the title of this
Yes.
this session. Yes. No.
Nope.
Yes. No. Wait. Fuck.
No. Because Tenebris, I don't even know if Tenebris could get a hold of him. Like, I don't think so. I actually don't know. I would assume not, because he said, I'm leaving, I'm never coming back, you'll never see me again, when he did his evil monologue when he killed him, so yeah.
I kind of got the impression it was like Falwyn cut the umbilical to Tenebris and said, "Good luck."
Yeah, he really
Like,
said, yo, don't come find me, bro.
Yeah.
I
pretty
still
much.
got the impression that Tenebris might go find him, and then
Yeah, he
Tenebris,
had
Tenebris easily in future campaign could be a complication.
He could be an anti-hero at this point.
could literally say, like, don't try to find me, but have fun if you do, type situation. So, yes, but no, but... And then I feel like that was him going down the Rolodex of, like, people that would know Farwin, and like, you could get a hold of him, and it's just like, yeah, they know Farwin. No, they can't get a hold of him. Yeah, they know Farwin. No, they can't get a hold of him. Well, yeah, they know Farwin. Yeah, no. No.
That's some little Britain type shit. Yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no.
Yeah, but no. But yeah, but
Shut
no.
up!
But yeah, but no. Fuck. And that's what you get. Just yeah, but no. Yeah, but no. Yeah, but no. No. Fuck.
So then Eros would look at Sarek and say, "Yeah, but no. Apparently, not. There are people who know but don't know. So, I don't know. Fuck."
Seems no one knows then. This Farwin is more powerful than I anticipated.
That motherfucker
Do
did.
you have a random description of him that I could maybe utilize to get an idea of who he is.
He's an elf.
El Fabio.
Okay, you know how little that narrows down the fucking field?
He has light hair.
Again?
He has blue eyes.
I am going to throw you off this fucking tower. I swear to shit.
I'm trying to remember. You see him scratching. He wears clothes.
That is some
You know
shit
what?
that Sarah would say.
You know what?
I'm gonna roll a history check for him.
I think Alec has a better fucking chance of knowing this guy than Sarah does.
I feel like every single time he like brings up a description, he like lights another cigarette and puts it in his mouth as
Yeah.
well.
Does he have unlimited cigarettes? Like
Yes.
one unlimited
Yes.
cigarette?
He has a lot of cigarettes.
I always imagine that Sarek is smoking regardless of what he's doing all the time.
Especially in zones where it's not allowed.
Especially when he's under the car, he's under the hood working on the Jorvian.
Yeah.
Especially.
All change, perfect word.
Bro's
perfect
chain
opportunity to smoke
smoking
5
out the
cigarettes.
window of the monkey. Like, literally.
All right, he's really old, like really old, like one of the oldest elves, but he doesn't look old. That bastard. He's taking care of himself. That bastard. I have not learned this yet in my 4 previous iterations, and then he puts more cigarettes, and he's obviously hasn't learned it yet either. Take care of.
Says the dude chain smoking cigarettes. He's taking care of himself. What a shithead.
Must be the skin guaranteed.
How does he look so young?
Nova's in my Thursday game that I play in
Bro.
with another game, and I comment. He plays. He made a weird character like one of his other characters. I'm like, Nova, you make such weird, unique characters. I love them. Like they're so odd. He made. Well. Okay. So yeah. And then he goes to describe. I think detail about his personality. They see role. Falwyn's personality and different things he's kind of done in the past. I'm going to. That is the one skill you didn't get proficiency in. But, hey. He draws a picture of Falwyn. And there's much ash that falls on it as he seriously draws.
I just press to digitate the ash over and over again.
It's an okay like this, you know. Not horrible. For things.
And look, I say this as someone who has contacted a goddess before. You are not giving me a lot to work with. This is like, damn. I feel like a 5-year-old could draw better than this.
Well, I might be that old.
Imagine if you asked Birdman just to show you what this guy looked like.
I mean, yeah, but no.
Hindsight 2020. Not a good idea.
I mean, I'm sure Birdman could give like an accurate description, but it's like in 25 words.
I could fucking, I guess like, oh yeah, because we're not mind flicked.
Yeah, if we're mind flicked.
Dang.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
If
Wait.
we were mind
Wait.
flicked.
Wait. Okay. That just gave me an idea.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not good. I did a bad thing.
action.
I did the bad thing this time.
Okay. The wording on Psychic Whispers is that you can see. It does not specify that they have to be. Oh shit! But they have to be within a mile. Fuck. Never mind. Never mind. Never
we're
mind.
fucked.
Nope. Yeah, that is fucked.
He's definitely farther.
I forgot about.
And I'm
I forgot about that
also
part.
trying to see. He has so many fucking items.
No, so scrying for Birdman's image to establish a mental link is not going to work. Okay.
If you scried on me, then you would know I'm not in the city.
Yes, which would be funny. But since Eros obviously knows the limits of her capabilities, I feel like this is going to just. I will attempt casting Sending on Fawin, but I feel like I need to roll a luck check to see if it actually goes to him.
The luck check? Yeah, I think it would be the luck check on like whether or not he's like in the tower or not. Because if he's in the tower, then he'll be shielded from it. He himself doesn't. Looking at it, doesn't have the whatever item that protects you from divination.
So I cast Sending, roll it D1s hundreds. Not a 2, okay. And I'll just do the message no matter what the consequence is. Hi, I'm just a messenger on behalf of Sarek the Insane. He wishes to get in contact with you. Please, or don't, I don't care.
Okay. Gonna roll a couple checks.
Do, do, do. Do, do, do.
Oh, I have spent some weeks reading Okafor's manuscripts. That name has come up a few times. Sarek, your friend, is too helpful. If you want to find me,
Nope, you hit your limit.
oh,
If you want, that's like.
if you want, does Fallen care enough to send ascending himself? Nope. Because he doesn't even know who you are, so like you just randomly sent it to him. So it's just like, okay, you're just like, I'm a messenger. You're just a lady's voice that's talking to him out of nowhere about this guy he vaguely remembers. No offense, Eric, but I definitely get the impression that like Fallwin wouldn't care about Sarek too much, but
Yeah, they know you if they recognize the sender, but he doesn't know me, so Eris would just be like, well, he doesn't know how to respond to ascending, that's for sure. So like he knows about you, he's read about you, in some like Gore manuscript or whatever the fuck. He was gonna say how you could meet up, but then he just cut himself off because he reached the limit for the words. So yeah, I have no fucking clue. He's still on this plane of existence, maybe.
Alright, I'm role playing both. Sarek snaps like shit at a luck snap, and then like takes a couple things and a couple cigarettes and puts them out, and there's this big explosion in the sky, a couple dragon roars and things, and a image in the sky with the weird magical fireworks kind of draws, if you will, in the sky with these golds and browns and greens, this tree and its roots kind of reaching towards the ground away from you to the horizon, and then the branches going up behind you above the academy itself. And then as the leaves of the tree fall, they change colors into the different colors of the dragons, and like little baby dragons take flight and fly around and whatnot. Sarek is going to say, "This place is interesting. I wish I could know where he's at, but knowing he's on this plane, that is welcome. I do know enough about his past to know that he is more from this part of the world than where we first met. So, Master Alec, I will be staying here for a few days as I figure out if Farwin's indeed doing what I hope he's not doing, returning home. I do not like the southern parts of this world, especially insert name of Australia, because he did not say Australia.
Seth's still trying to figure out what the fuck is the name of this continent. It's been fucking a year and I still haven't figured it out.
It's just Australia at this point, I guess.
I have a fondness for Australia player point of view. But yeah, it's getting to the point where, like, at least characters like this that are ancient would have some idea of what it's called.
Why don't we make it official? Australia is just a common word for it.
Australia is just the common word for it, sure.
Nah, it's the common slang word.
Like, really? It's like
Oh, slang word, even better.
I feel like it's derogatory, like very derogatory. But you know, the elven Australia is not a nice place. So, in any way, shape, or form. But I lost my train of thought. But nevertheless, I will be staying here, Alec. I assume you have a room available. And don't forget Des and Carl.
Reddit.
Hmm.
He's talking to Alec.
Oh God. I'm trying to sip my beer here, man. Sorry. What are we asking Alec?
Sarek is asking Alec to prepare a room for him, as he's going to stay here to utilize the resources here to try to understand Australia more, whether or not Falwyn has returned to his home. Sarek, I am debating right now, and he's probably going to be a cameo in Australia in some way, shape, or form.
Australia.
No, it's not big. That name is not said. That name, he did not say Australia. Just to be
He
clear.
said another name. Alec would have a name for this area. Nevertheless, it's not Boonpee's like kingdom. I forgot what we called it. By this point, it's been too long. But like her ancestors come from this empire on Elstoria, right? We've called it Elstoria so much that that's like what's seared in my brain. But that's not what like I think you as a quote unquote local would call it as. But I think you would understand the colloquial that Sarek used here as that reference. I guess because we just kind of agreed Elstoria would be the common derogatory term of this continent. But I need to come up with an Elvish name for it, because I do think it would be Elvish
I think
in
that's
sounding.
an Elvish name, yeah.
Pompous Elvish name, is that what I should search?
Very
Um,
arrogant. Very arrogant. High strung.
Just put all that into the Google search.
The character I was thinking of naming it at this place was called Atrakus. So I was like, that just also sounds like some whack ass shit. But it also sounds like Arrakis, like the Dune planet.
Yeah, which it kind of is. It is.
Yeah.
It is Australia, guys, which is basically a giant fucking desert. So, I like it.
Do you mean why is it that you wish to search for a place such as that?
Well,
Damn, sounding
it is
out
the
ugly?
last. It is the last remnant of elven magic. And with what has happened in the last 20 or so years, the rise of the undead, the disappearance of dragons, the awakening of the primordials, I'm wondering if the elves, the most ancient of all of us, don't have a means of knowing more how to do this. And when he says to do this, whatever he's working towards in his experimentations, you guys lose. It's necromancy and gonna kill to do it, and you're not saying yet. But Sarek is definitely one of those characters that if I feel like if he doesn't have a moral compass, there is no compass.
What is compass?
What is compass? His moral compass turns to be the undead vulture named Des. Or Carl.
Yep.
Carrying Carl as his moral compass.
Right.
I mean, I will have a space prepared that you can do some research in.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
But your best bet is to find elves to find a place like that. Probably won't find much information about it here. But the elves on this continent will surely let you into all of their libraries, and you can read all of their books.
Ooh. I will have to brush up on my Elvish.
Yes.
Irony
The
is that he
dialect is
doesn't
very strange
read,
here.
Irony that he doesn't read Elvish. Let's see. Okay, he does.
No, the irony is that I think Alex is being sarcastic.
Yeah.
He's being a dick.
I feel like Inside would definitely know. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Can you guys shut up for a moment? I'm trying to figure out what's better for the fancy purposes here. Catapults, ballista, or trebuchets?
I don't know. Maybe put one of them in each other?
I guess it depends on what you're trying to defend against.
You know, the whole rabbits against dwarves thing.
Right.
I think we handled it just well enough.
Well, rocks are effective.
Can we set the rocks on fire?
You could, actually. It's very easy. You just pitch it, and then you put it on fire, and then you launch
Without
it.
magic, mind you, without magic.
Yes.
Anything can be done without magic strike. You're just lazy.
I'm asking you to try and figure this out.
You just make a catapult and fire rocks at them.
Say
Strike,
really and
strike.
come up is be like
Rocks on fire.
Yes.
I know a I know a beetle man, Saberlane will say, that can get you piles of poop that burn for
Yes.
hours.
Oh, oh no, that's interesting.
Yes.
Okay, I could definitely make
Fecal
use of
matter
it.
is in fact very flammable.
Well,
Yes.
and the unique thing is the way they've, compressed it. It actually doesn't stink the way you think it will. It actually kind of smells like flowers, which is weird. I know.
That is
I
weird,
mean-
but you're also telling me I wasted my poop for years when I could have weaponized it?
Well, you could have weaponized it. Or
Collie
used
up
to
did
fertilize
do
it or
all
something.
sorts of things with shit.
I mean, Strike, you've never looked at the third house at all?
Again, confused.
But
I
the
mean,
first
there's no
was
way
really
you-
much concern. Was it?
I mean, there's no way you didn't smell it.
You definitely have eaten at one of the third house taverns in the past. They controlled many of them. In irony.
There are a lot of strange smells in the city of Sword. You can't really go by smell.
The bar we
No,
all
every
hang.
time-
I'm pretty sure our favorite bar was a third house bar.
It was ran by a collie at the very
Yes.
least. Like, Strike, every
that,
time.
That was never confirmed.
Strike,
Oh.
every time I went to work, I passed by the third house, and it always smells the worst. There's no way you could mix that smell up.
Yeah, but did you ever think to set it on fire? And use it against our enemies?
I never thought we'd ever have gone to war in the first place, so no.
See?
But I
Figure
know
it
how.
out.
But I know what pitch is too. It's not hard to light things on fire without magic.
Although magic does make it very easy.
Very easy. Very easy.
Yeah.
That's true, magic does make things easier, I guess. I got this entire physique from magic.
Why are we focusing on?
I
we're not
also
getting
got
it-
my entire physique from magic.
Strike. We're not
Kind
gonna
of expensive
bring.
skills.
We're not gonna bring catapults to defend the city against the doors. We don't have enough time to prep like we did with the Lapids.
I guess you got a point, but... wait, we do have Jovians now.
Yeah.
More than we had before. Okay, I'm going to catapult them.
Well, we have one more than before. Sarek isn't joining us.
What do you mean? Where does he go?
He's gonna stay here.
I have other business to attend to, and Kelrir will be quite useful in the strange lands of deserts beyond sight. It's all the rumors we hear of this insert name here.
See,
To be
I-
determined.
to be determined. To be determined at a later date.
Every time you say it. To be determined.
Maybe
Then
I
we really have to supercharge our
Well-
Jovians to stand a chance.
Sarek always broke the fourth wall anyways, so
Yeah.
like
I
and the DM doesn't know this name yet, so
Who the fuck is the
Look.
DM?
No,
you
you are. That wasn't a character. We
It's hard to tell with Sarek.
we're going to, if we can get the help of the city, hopefully, I don't know what the fuck Birdman is doing about any potential to rally the fucking binder lords together. How much of a
Womp.
fucking how much of a fucking, how much of a fucking nightmare that sounds like to do.
Womp
But
womp. Yeah.
but if we get once we get back to the city, there's plenty of magic that we could appropriate.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is.
They're all dead, yeah.
Oh,
Fucking
damn.
soundboard smash. Next, we gotta play a fucking metal pipe.
I'm not 100% worried about the city. I mean, it should defend itself rather well. And besides, once we get there, as long as the well, we can the Dwarvians were meant to take on the Tarrasque, and with the Tarrasque being asleep still, we could siphon off the magic from him, more than likely, and probably kill two birds with one stone. I mean, think about how much of a power boost that would be, siphoning Tarrasque magic.
That would make sense. I suppose.
Eric looks at the screen and just blinks really slow.
Which he doesn't ever have to blink. He doesn't have to blink.
He doesn't have to blink, so him blinking.
Now,
What's he staring at?
I don't know. He stares at.
He's just staring at a random wall, and you guys are like, "What's going on?"
I've learned not to pay attention to what he stares at.
Like a type that everyone who wants as payphones.
I don't know how much the Binder Lords would appreciate the Tarrasque getting sucked off, but they can go fuck themselves. As far as I care.
They certainly can, yeah. Honestly, I really don't care much for any of them, except for Pio. He's really cute.
He is adorable. I want to fluff his fur again. Or hair, whichever it is.
Same. I want to drink with him.
Drinking is nice too. I wonder how Rick Sani is doing. Hopefully he heeded my words. real shame if he was dead.
I hope so too.
Yeah, it would be a
don't
real
have to go
shame.
Sarek gets out some popcorn out of nowhere and just starts blinking slowly
Yeah, dude.
as he eats popcorn. Just like-
It'd be a real shame if he was dead. It'd be a real shame if Persifex was dead too. I love that guy.
Anyway, Strike says, I hope he did, because those who didn't heed our words historically usually ended up dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
why did they even try anyway?
I mean, apparently...
They go and asking for help, and then they try alone and they end up fucking dying. What's the deal with that?
With Orcafork being dead, that is a surprise. I wouldn't mind if... fuck, what was that asshole's name? The guy in charge of the ninth house, I think? Those, inbreeding motherfuckers? Those inbreeding sorcerers or something?
Xanathar, I think.
Yeah, Xanathar. I wouldn't mind if he was dead. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Same. Sorcerers are fucking pricks.
You know who would be a real surprise?
I picture Sarek has some pieces of popcorn and some random knickknacks from a table, and he's playing out this execution scene as he about Xantha.
He's watching that shit on repeat over and over again in his head.
And it's just he's not even I love how Sarek's not even aware that he is aware of the fourth wall. It's just part of his insanity that he's playing out the scene that is the exact scene that happens to Xantha.
I love how beautifully you play Sarek.
You know what would be really weird? Those frog people.
Yeah, they sure are weird. You see their fucking tongues? That's freaky.
And I've experienced some freaky tongues before.
Excuse me, I would like to preface on that before you get any farther into your shit. You said frog people? I'm very confused about your
Frog
community.
people. The frog
Yeah.
guys who hop
there's-
around and have long tongues.
So
Yeah, there's actually 3 subspecies of them too.
so
Really?
Yes.
That's freaky.
Very freaky.
Is of the opinion that not everyone looked like you. He looks at Strike, and he looks at, I think Donovan is sitting right there. Rogar, he's seen plenty of dudes that kind of look like Rogar.
Yeah, Rogar just looks like a weird dragonborn.
I've seen a couple. I've met some drow, a couple of drow.
Yes,
maybe,
yes,
but-
drow are not uncommon, but Donovan looks odd. But
So
I still argue Strike. Strike looks almost more dinosaur than Badger by this point. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
especially with those fucking claws.
physical physique via magic, which we've established before.
So
They're
Yes,
at like the
Arrows-
honey badger vibe, who's not afraid of anything.
Eros would
come from animals walk and talk. This is a normal.
Eros puts
occurrence.
her hand on Alec's shoulder, looks deep in his eyes, and then merges their minds together and begins just flooding your head with images of the different Animaesus.
Okay.
Yep. You got beetles, you got grasshoppers, you got all sorts of birds, you got chickens, you got tortoises. Goodness. Lots of jackals and coyotes.
Huh.
Mm, weasels.
Strange.
She locks into what Pio looks like. You're like, yeah, he is cute. But then he's drunk. A drunk weasel. Interesting.
That weasel is drunk.
And then you see an image of the weasel like chaining up Aldemar and putting him
Oh.
over fire to cook. So 'cause that's something that Pio did. So
He did eat him, I'm sure.
And he's still adorable doing so.
I'm sure Pio saved the best parts. He got the best cuts. He saved the rest for, his alligator friend.
Absolutely.
His alligator friend who died saving you all. But,
Yeah.
What a
Semantics.
homie. What a homie.
I mean, this place is fascinating just for. I mean, it's a city that isn't, covered in smog and piss and shit and has dragons just freely flying about. But it's not like our place doesn't have nice things either. Like, there's a
I
city
didn't-
of dog people, the kingdom of rabbits, all sorts of things.
you guys you went to the forest of the Weaselkin and spent some time in their bigger.
Mayhaps one day I will have to
sister.
take a trek out to your lands. See it for myself.
We're only
There's
a
also
history
a
check is
BBD out there
Alec.
too.
As Alec? History check.
Ooh.
Boy, would I.
Okay. Okay. Alec would. Eros herself has never been here, but Eros, in the time that you spent, you would know the name of it. You just never went north to go to the city of Droll. To Alec, the city of Droll, is a what's the word? Like a legend of the dragon people of another city that exists on the other side of the world, from things. And I think it's like one of those things with the 30, you like hint towards like this land of animal people. You don't know about this, and you like I want to just like it's like that's the echo. Like you don't know about this place. So maybe there's something there about this ancient city of dragons, kind of with some of the things they said. And as well as like Rogar. Like Rogar looks kind of like a dragon, not a dragon. Like he has these weird alligator traits about with his tail, things like that. He looks more animal than most other dragonborn. So, but there is that connection for things. So, previous campaign spent quite a bit of time in Droll, but
Yeah, there's also a BBD out there. Oh, fuck. There's also a BBD flying out there, too.
What is a BBD?
Big black dragon.
A big. Okay, now this is something that concerns me.
Yeah, I got nothing to say. I was kind of asleep when it happened.
When you say big black dragon, approximately how big are we talking?
Like,
he'd fill up this room.
Me
Yeah,
thinking
like-
about the inevitable black dragon that will terrorize our fucking part of the world here
No.
in like
No.
10 years or something.
no, that already happened.
Oh,
But no.
he escaped and he flew elsewhere, and there's things happening.
He already
Uh,
escaped, right? Like,
Yeah, he escaped a long time ago.
He destroyed
Oh.
a bunch of shit in the process, but basically he left the lands, the Dragon Rider lands, and
well, I
found
would have heard.
another
I would have
place.
heard about that for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, you would be aware of Jormungandr. This would be concerning that his brood, his children, because this easily would be either they're Jormungandr's children or there's like maybe I think in the background like one or two other black dragons that might be that old that like
Yeah, because he was like the red
Yo-
mother level.
yeah,
of all of them.
Jormungandr is like
The progenitor.
he's like
one
he
of
was the very first black dragon.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that Barong wouldn't have. I could see how Barong easily could have a different parent, but he's obviously like in some way, shape, or form, Jormungandr is his
Of the
ancestor.
bloodline at some
Yes.
point. Yeah.
He's his great grandpa or something.
Yeah. So
Eros would be like, well, he could easily fit in this room. I'd say he's probably about as big as she scans the sky looking for a dragon of appropriate size.
we don't have a dragon of appropriate size here. I think he is old. He's like an ancient dragon, right? BBD.
Yep.
Yeah.
You would notice
Uh,
that like all of the dragon, there's not a dragon above young adult, above a large size here.
Huh.
They're all like 100 years or old, but like there's none of them that are actually like full size.
He's actually bigger than any of the dragons here, come to think of it.
Mhm.
And then if you're still in my brain,
Yes, for the next 6 hours
I-
if you want.
I flick you a image of what the Red Mother would have looked like when we fought her. And I like boom. Like are you talking about like that big, or are you talking about like I saw God. Is it Gorn? Gorn was pretty big when I met him, I think. I was
I
like,
mean,
hey, what's up?
Well,
Like, are you talking about like this big and this old?
Yeah, sure, I guess. And she just flicks you the image of BBD.
Ah!
Specifically the image of Birdman cleaning his gunk out of his nails.
Is that your elf friend cleaning his nails?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
There is only
Pretty
one
relaxing.
dragon I have ever known about that is about that size, and of the black variety, this fears me.
He seemed pretty chill to me.
Yes, well, they always seem chill until they're trying to eat you or take what they want.
Well, he didn't try to eat us, so we're cool with him.
Well, you did clean his nails. Black dragons are very dirty.
Yeah, he also had some
They
gunk.
are. Really?
Most chromatic dragons are very disgusting.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have found that of the cleanest of them, it still remains to be red, mayhaps blue.
He had gunk in his nails, in between his scales.
You never talked about the part where you helped groom the dragon.
Ah, we didn't? Well, we did. Well, Birdman did.
I miss Birdman.
Yeah,
Imagine
I
the
do too.
amount of things that he could get.
Amount of what
from
things?
him. Like cleaning nails. Dragon pieces are very valuable.
I mean, he was fascinated by the goop. I don't
goop.
remember if we did anything with it. Maybe we might have mixed it with some weed. Probably did that, yeah.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, it felt like a good idea when we did it.
I mean, it's Birdman. He's always been fascinated by gross things.
See, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny if we did, because if we did, we probably blacked out and lost our memories of the incident.
Birdman sneezes and the most disgusting goop comes out of his nose.
Somewhere in the distance, Birdman sneezes.
Yeah.
The cloak just wipes it off.
And then absorbs it.
I like to think that the cloak, like, not it's not a consumption. It's like the cloak, like, takes it and like puts it away somewhere inside of itself to keep for later. Like this is like precious flesh.
I'm gonna need
Like,
that.
I'm gonna need that for later.
I don't
you
know what, but I do.
Like, oh gosh, I need to make a stat block for the cloak just for
Yes,
shits and giggles.
dude.
Just for shits and giggles, so I can have it roll things like that.
Cloak is so gross.
It is an idea that I did not expect it to grow to that. Pun intended? Not necessarily. I did not
It's
expect
grown.
it to grow to this point. When this is an item that was on a weird Tarrasque stat block thing that someone made, and then you put it on, and then we started to narrate it. And shit, I said spawn, and now it has a mind of its own. How? Oh my god! Yes.
It's a symbiotic creature living in my body. Like I am a symbiotic creature living in the Tarrasque
It has
body.
become one of the most unexpected I've been the later half of this campaign. The later part of this campaign, I should say.
Gross.
That gives me an idea. Hey, can one of the dragons, can I clean the goop from their nails and then like see if I can smoke that with some weed? See what happens?
If you can convince one of the dragons around, I would not.
They will be.
I feel like that would be
you
extremely
you would state that you would know that after tonight's performances, some of them are going to be dirty and
They'll be
party.
very
Like
dirty.
dragons party hard, man.
Yeah, they
You know
do.
this for a
That's why it's
fact.
so funny. Like that, we always talk about dragons.
They don't do it
and,
very
being
often,
here.
but when they party,
so hard.
they party hard. Like I imagine there are so many dragons. Milo, on all like the booze and whatnot. Because I imagine his dragon, which escapes the name at the top of my head right now. Like I imagine they have developed a dragon booze by this point. That's just for dragons. That like if you're not a dragon, you're gonna die. Like if you drink it. Because it literally has like lava in it.
Oh my god.
It's just like you put lava in right before it, as the last one drop of lava. So if Wildebrand is so fucking drunk.
Yeah, they're just going ham.
Eros is definitely.
Still drink his trauma away.
I feel like if you guys weren't here, Alec would be going ham right now too. He'd have to like go downstairs and be like, "Yeah."
Trauma drink, yes. To answer your question,
Trauma drink for sure. Just sitting in the
Yes.
corner watching people like whatever.
because
but-
this day, especially for dragons, day to remember the dragons that have. A lot of dragons have the last few years. Like this is like there's a celebration, yes, and there's happiness and music going on, but there's a definite vibe from a lot of the older dragons and dragons that have been through stuff. I imagine, like Lazarus's dragon, Taika, and the other dragon, Poena, and that they're just that serious somber drink. You see dragons just perched, just like have this giant bucket that they just.
Oh yeah,
grab.
all the chromatic dragons are being lame. They're all being like, "Boo, it's so sad today."
Priscilla's
Oh, well,
just a
yeah.
spoiled little girl.
But most of them have lost their parents. So, the war that they went to, a lot of the adults, like a lot of them got killed. So it's like kind of that what's left is a new generation. It's kind of like after World War II when like, all the older generations were killed off and all we had were the baby boomers that were the baby boomer parents that were like, had a bunch of kids. Like it's kind of that vibe in the dragon world. And it takes years and years and years and years. Like to me, like a red dragon is like it takes 10 years of mating before they even have like a baby. It's like because red dragons are so particular.
10 years
You know,
of
like-
courting your fucking dragon.
You're not hot enough. Go away.
Come back when you're hot.
Dragons definitely date forever.
Yes,
Like-
they find someone they date forever, but I imagine
They take the
like-
shit seriously.
they take the shit really seriously.
Yeah.
Really seriously.
They mate one
Um,
time for life. So it's
I have a weird, I just had a really weird idea for Wildebrand.
No.
Really weird idea.
No.
Like I like the idea for Wildebrand of Wildebrand's life to be like this ancient white dragon that he falls in love with.
Fuck,
Like this
dude.
old granny that's like he's like that's like his
He's
sugar
a
mama.
fucking milk player. No.
He's a gilf slayer.
He's a gilf slayer, dude.
Because there was the
He is
like,
kind
not-
of a Chad, though.
he
to
is
be
kind of a Chad.
honest.
Like his mother lives in the Dragon Rider lands. You guys never dealt with that story. It was something that was in the background, and you could have dealt with Krau's heart. Is her like colloquial name, but his mother. But I was thinking of like someone in brain fart. Where the campaign where Waveler first came to be
Hmm.
in the 5 points, yeah, Russia area, where you have the frost elves.
So
Science
Eros would
tracks.
Eros would walk up to the balcony and is going to randomly just pick a dragon and then just establish a link to them and is going to say, "Hi, I'm that fucking sexy lady on the balcony waving at you right now. Can I clean the gunk out of your nails so I can like mix that with some weed and smoke it?"
What the fuck?
And I clean some gunk out of your nails so I can mix it and okay. I think because of the role I just the response is gonna be this. Horganoth, I don't believe you.
No, seriously, look in this direction. Look to your left. Your left.
The dragon flies more upwards.
Oh my god. Hey Alec, can you like, I don't know, throw some fire in the air, balcony or some shit
Why?
so I can get this, because this dragon thinks I'm Horganoff right now playing a prank on him. I'm not trying to do that.
Oh yes, most of the dragons around here think that you're Horganoff playing a prank on them when you ask you to do something. They've all been trained very well.
They've had a few years.
Yeah. He's a bit of a menace. I will try something though. I kind of walk out and I just like hold out my staff, which I think has the ball, like the Surth ball that she had, the crystal of dragon kind or whatever like that shit is called. I just walk out and hold it out like like come to me, dragons.
Look, I'm standing next to Alec.
Dragon, come to me now.
A different dragon than that dragon. A different dragon than that dragon. It like appears from below and is next to there. Another dragon flies past, kind of curious, but just kind of continues on while that other one kind of hovers there in front of you. It's one of the dragons that lives in. It doesn't have a rider. A copper dragon. Young. Very young. But big. Large size. Like definitely bigger than most of you. I not actually probably bigger than Strike in some ways, but like broader. I would imagine, but it peers up and Master Alec, the most of us seem to be distracted with the celebrations. But you came out here with the staff, the lady, does she need something?
Hey, can I clean the gunk out of your nails so I can smoke it?
Okay, you were supposed to wait for me to say yes and then ask the weird request.
Why are humans so weird?
I do not know. It's really making me look terrible.
Oh, come the
You-
hell! Come the hell on!
Alec-
You have Horganoff running around this city. You're saying I'm weird?
Yes.
He does have a point. She does have a point.
You're weird 'cause
Gunk
you're not
in
from
my
here.
fingernails so you can smoke it.
Yes.
Alec, what weird ideas have you given these mortals?
I have given no mortals any ideas. First of all, do not put this on me.
He's younger than you.
Yeah, that's not it. First of all, respect your elders. Chill out. like, I was there when you were just a little baby egg. Okay.
But he looks embarrassed like that. Well, you don't have to tell him that. Come on.
Second of all, I saw
He's trying to be the big bad dragon, you know.
you're not the big and you're not bad. I'm bad. I'm the baddest man in here. You're not big and you're not bad. I'll have Organon eat you. And I look at him like, now let the nice lady clean the gunk out of your fingernails. You're probably gross anyway. He bops him, bam. Like, fuck you.
It hits one of his. Well, you do know that orb is only for green dragons, yes?
This orb works for all dragons. It's like I'm working on it.
You see him following it like a kitty cat as he says that. So.
Yeah, I was like, this orb works on all dragons. like following it. It just works on the green ones better.
So momentum points have been given. I need a I need some sort of check to represent how you go about cleaning the gunk, I think. To represent one, how uncomfortable it is to the dragon. Like, do you want him, or do you like do something weird, like, you know, pick a hangnail in an odd way, or I don't know, or just make him uncomfortable in some way, or nevertheless, also, do you get gunk that you actually can use?
Yeah, trust me, I don't fucking know about the
guys,
how useful it is or not.
we okay, while
Oh,
there's a
dude.
brief pause and there's a new I'm gonna go to the next plot point before I lose track
Yeah.
of like what the fuck's going on. In the sky, the dragon lands on the balcony, and I'll grab a token in a second, and the second act, if you will, of the night's performance kind of gets in flux, and the you see like they're somehow able to, with their magic or whatever, maybe some mixtures of daylight, the daylight spell or whatnot, they bathe the night sky in white that allows the smoke to appear very starkly in front of it. And there's a group of dragons down on the ground that all start to tumble and stomp and create this earthquake rumble. And they rake their claws through the ground to create, you know, the rough scrapings, scraping and grinding noises and things like that. And then in the sky, there are these pillars that appear, made of stone, made of marble, made of energy. It's not quite clear, but they're holding up something. And there's this like seal of Bahamut, which is just this it's a, you know, silhouette of a platinum, you know, side face kind of a dragon thing. Kind of going on. The copper dragon sits down and looks nervous. What do you do?
Well, Eros would stroke the scales of his snout, saying,
Don't worry, I only need a little bit. So this shouldn't be too bad. And I will do a sleight of hand plus a side eye to enhance for a 28.
I feel like plus 10. Yeah. I don't know. It's like one of those things that I don't think this copper dragon realized they were perhaps as bougie as they thought they were. As it kind of turns into like they're getting a manicure and the vibe of the pampering kind of sets in. They have that like they have that leaned back kind of cat weird look when they half close their eyes and their heads kind of cocked to the side as they're really comfortable just being slowly scratched on their head or their belly. But here it's his paw just like being held out as you kind of pamper him for those things. And it's one of those things that the Alec can't help but remember that, copper dragons are larger than life. I will admit, in some capacity, I enjoyed all the dragons you guys picked, but I did hope someone chose Copper, because Copper just has a very unique personality. I enjoy role playing. But
well, we did have one copper dragon. I thought it was Canundra's dragon, a bronze dragon.
Time for Dragon Riders Part 2?
I don't know. Nevertheless, you seem to be successful in getting some weird gunk from his nails. You have to clean most of the nails to get something that's like, I guess, viable. Such a weird thing to say. So
She
what
will
do you
then
do?
she takes that and yells over, "Hey Sark, I need like normal weed, not any of that fucking mystical magical shit."
I think you broke him.
Oh, Sarah. I forget I was Sarah. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, someone's gonna speak there. Wait, my brain eventually got there. Normal weed. Normal. There's no such thing as normal. You understand this. He takes out his bag of holding, pulls out a bag from his bag of holding, unfurls it. He has various bags with different labels of different weird names, purple kush, whatnot, of different weed. Normal is boring. I don't like boring, but I have different availabilities. The more magical is more to your right, the less magical is more to your left. I do, but he points to the one on your right. I do prefer this one. It makes you see duckies.
As much as I want to see duckies, I'm just gonna go with this one. As she picks up some weed that is clearly going to be strong, but isn't magical.
You pick somewhere in the middle to the left, up near the top. It has a number like 30 or something scribbled on it. It seems. He's like, "Ooh, good choice, good choice. I smoked that for about 2 months straight. It was beautiful. Helps you sleep, helps you think, helps you do a little dance." He does a little dance.
Now I'm gonna see if it mixed with this gunk causes you to get blacked out. As she like sets up on the table and starts to roll one out.
The copper dragon turns to Alec and be like, "They're not from around here, are they?"
No, you can go now. It's okay.
But I'm curious how this works.
I mean, I'm also curious.
Like
how it
I've
works.
seen people roll this. That happens all the time.
Yes.
Trucks. But to use shavings from my nails.
It's rather disgusting.
He flies off.
Yeah. He's gonna have a story to tell his buddies when he gets back. Dude, you're never gonna believe what happened to me last night.
And with it all rolled up, I imagine expertly. Like, there's not as far as like, no, yeah, that looks like a blunt. That looks like a well rolled blunt. She then holds it out to Alec. Light, please, if you would.
Oh. And I do like a little fireball in my hand, or a little firebolt in my hand.
She lights it off of it, takes a drag. Yeah. I'm imagining I probably should do a con save. Holy fuck.
On save.
And she,
Okay. There's a circle forming around the desk here. As you see Sarek walk up, say really up, obviously wanting to participate. Alec, you're just sitting there. They come up to your left and your right. Yes, con save to see if cough for one, because this is nasty. And if you fail by a significant margin,
I got
will
a 23.
say-
I already rolled
Oh,
it.
okay, you're good. If you fail by a significant poison or something, but you're good. You know that little, you hold in the cough a little bit, but it doesn't taste very good, but it hit. You know, there's that. Sarek waits for you to pass it to him.
She passes it.
Sarek is he. He's on the ground. He's trying, like, on his knees. Hands it off to Alec. He can't breathe. Sarek. I don't think he can be poisoned, so there's that. But
Eris would totally mention, like,
For a guy who can't breathe, or doesn't need to breathe, you certainly cough a lot.
oh, he has advantage on poison, so he actually passed with the 18. So he doesn't cough. He just rewind, retcon. All three of you get all three of you get 2 inspiration points.
Sweet.
I forgot to give you one, and then you deserve another. But Sarek will not cough, but it like comes out of his ear.
Because of course.
As he exhales, he hands it to Alec. Does Alec take a drag?
He looks at it and he's like, no. Gives that
I
to
take
the
it.
next person. He just looks at it and it's like, very strange.
Strike reaches across the table,
Strike!
takes it before before he goes to Cerulean. Strike.
You pass it in a circle. You don't. It's puff puff pass. You pass it to your left, man.
I'm okay. I think I will.
Since when are the rules to that?
Right. Just because there's only been 3 of us doesn't mean there aren't rules.
You never taught me about the rules.
Because there was only 3 of us. It was always just in a circle.
Yeah, but how do you expect me to learn about any kind of rules when you just kind of did it willy-nilly the entire time?
Because the rules should...
Make it make sense, Eros!
The rules are obvious. Oh my god.
It's really not obvious!
While you're arguing, somehow Cerulean to Strike and takes a hit out of Strike's hand without him leaving Strike's hand while he's yelling at you.
Eros, that
And then
barely
Cerulean like is the only thing that distracts you from hit. The only thing that distracts you from that is he starts to cough. He's just on the ground next to Strike, just like. There it is.
I would like to think Strike notices, but he's too caught up in the argument to really care.
Things that we roleplay. Strike. Do you take the hit?
Absolutely! It wouldn't be the first time I take it from Tarek.
Okay. Well, yeah. Roll a con save. Your bonus is probably pretty high.
I mean, if arrows can pass it.
Okay, yeah. Well, a 13 actually doesn't. It's not enough to get poisoned, but it is enough for you to cough and one of those like violent coughs that you try to hold it in, but it ends up coming out of your nose and it's just burning and it's just like, oh damn it, mother hell! You just got like, a nasal headache for a moment. As it goes through.
I would like to play it in the way that Strike was too caught up in the argument that he didn't really pay attention to how much he really puffed at that time. Like it's more than he's usually used to. And it just catches him a little bit off guard.
Nouvelle comes over and grabs Donovan by the ear and is like, "Nobody, go over here and talk to Roxana." Rogart, yep, okay. And then Nouvelle comes back over. And Nouvelle takes
Damn it, arrows! Here, take it.
Nouvelle takes it from you. And Nouvelle like she
Wait.
takes the baby as the baby. She didn't see Gunk in there. She missed that step because she was talking with Donovan and the other kids. So there's a little bit of extra violence that comes from that cough because
She
unaware.
still only has a +6. I thought you leveled her up.
To con, she has a lot. Her bonuses are not. Okay, NPCs, their proficiency works way different than PCs. For 2, I did level up. She's just more of a damage dealer. Nevertheless.
Damn.
As arrows takes it back.
I thought out of everyone, at least you, Strike, would be able to keep his shit together.
To distraction! Fucking buttered me!
Well, next time, follow the rules.
If I knew the way, now I know.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I don't know if I could get blacked out from this, but shit, it's definitely got kick to it. Worthwhile endeavor. Thank you, Alex, for the idea.
You are welcome. It seems like that's not my idea, but okay. Works for me. Works for me.
Alec, at that, you turn to look out over the balcony, all of you do, as there's a loud explosion from the fireworks to kind of grab everyone's attention into the sky. The sky whitens out again, and it turns into a raindrops that are this dark, dark black that eventually turn in and wash away the white and let you see the perfect night sky that's accentuated. The constellations, moon, waves through the Milky Way, accentuated by the draconic magic, making it seem more and more alive. And then what is the equivalent in our modern imagine, the constellation of Draco, dragon, comes alive. And at first it's like, oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. There's this dragon that's just like there, like turning and bowing to the audience and saying thank you in this way. But then the coloring of the dragon shifts from this brilliant golden light to a myriad of colors, and black and green and blue, white and red appear in distinction amongst them, each in their own form, and the head that's bowing breaks into the 5 colors aforementioned, and each one roars and ignites their gout of breath, and the crowd, the city, the dragons flying about, a mixture of chromatic and metallic. But the reactions on the whole are surprise and shock. Like, this imagery of Tiamat is not something that people would celebrate in the overt way that this is, after everything that's happened. And there's it kind of, with the roars and their gouts of breath, it kind of washes away the accentuation of the constellations, and it's just darkness. And in the darkness, 5 pairs of eyes kind of appear throughout the expanse of the night sky. Red in the center, black and blue on left and right, green and white on the farther, and they kind of nod and weave as if of Tiamat. And there's a something else that's there, and there's shadows that start to appear, and Nestor has raised the or session kind of, I think, as part of the celebration, so people can get a better view and that. And not corporeal, not alive by any. There's reactions of fear from the populace, nonetheless. That from the ground, from the shadows of these eyes, it looks like claws or tails or jaws, tentacles, even, which is something that's kind of confusing, I imagine, to the rest of you as you look below. These shadowy tendrils and things at individuals, gatherings of people in their dancing and throngs, musicians playing and feast houses and stuff like this, like possessive nature kind of going throughout them. And all of you are distracted by that. All of you are. And Alec, you can't help but not look away from it. You're like forced to look up at the moon. And you look at the moon, and you're the only one looking at the moon. You distinctly sense that, but there's this like out of body placement that's kind of going on, that you know that what's happening right now, if you were able to look at yourself, you actually at the ground see those things happening, but there's something about you being able to have this weird out of body experience too at the same time. And there's this, in the moon, there's that golden light that comes to you, and then that golden light kind of mutes and turns into this like kind of foresty aquamarine color, and out of it irradiates these like sunfire eyes, these radiant eyes. And you know in your heart that in the dragon heart that you bonded with to become what you are today, that this is your progenitor, the one who is kind of here looking at you through the moon. And to connect some dots to some other campaign things that have happened, Alec, you hear through the aid of her son Bahamut, call you at this point for the first time to the outer planes, to what eventually Alec does to face Ike and Aaron in those one shots that we played last year. So there is that, Alec, your time here is done. And Alec, there's a pressure, there's a layer that I want to add to Alec's character with this flashback, that I don't know if the next time we see Alec outside of this campaign, if he's going to be on the material plane anymore. I think there's going to be some things that will have to happen, I think, kind of to, with what kind of is montage happening in the quote-unquote future of now, with Ike and Arrow and Undeath and stuff like that. So there's that reaction, and eventually it's like dissipate, and like all of you feel like you've come back to your senses. Like literally, for here, the ambiance, all of you just like quieted and it was such an ominous, giant experience that just was so unexpected that like people, and then there's just that cacophony of roar as people yell and scream around you, or up in this balcony, have a place of quiet, but you hear the reactions of the populace related to those things. What do you guys want to do with that information?
I would like to ask, and I'm fine if you rule out otherwise, because I was thinking that Eros, when the images began of Tiamat began to appear, Eros, I felt would have looked at Alec, but if you want to say no, everyone but Alec was forced to look down, then that's fine. I'm just because I don't, because otherwise I feel like for Eros' character, she absolutely would have.
I think
Alec.
only because, and I think words. Your passive perception, I think, might be the
Yeah, I was
that you have an awareness, just don't have. So I think maybe for the briefest moment, you could look over and see Alec at the moon and see something happening to the moon, but then there would be that like forceful pressure, the darkness kind of back down to the earth.
when the pressure subsides, Eros would look back at Alec. I feel like slightly out of breath because she probably would have tried to fight off that forceful look, that pressure, and she would ask, "That wasn't normal. What was going on? What were you looking at in the moon?"
The winds of change have called upon these lands. I must go. I must go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I have much contemplation to do concerning the fate of what happens next.
The fate of what happens. Right, you lead the city. Probably have a lot of things to tend to. Sorry.
It is nothing you should concern yourself with if that's what you're worried about.
I mean,
No omens of will towards you.
look, man, I don't think there's a bard alive who doesn't know about Tiamat. That's clearly what that was.
Yes. It is a strange time for dragonkind. Bahamut has decided that he does not want to be here. And by extension, that means that it might be Tiamat's turn. But I know, deep down in my heart, that there is something more going on that may cause her to run amok. But she will never run amok. Dragons always have a strange way of reuniting. It's just a time for us to be more accepting of her as a whole. But I must go.
There's something from my notes that I forgot to mention that your run amok lines that you just mentioned reminded me of. I think Alec, after he says that, before he walks away, I think Strike would pick up on it because he senses fast. and definitely Eros because of psychic kind of understanding of people. Like there's a wince that kind of happens, but it's really brief. But like there's an imagery that like comes to you that was like wrapped up in all this stuff you kind of that you didn't like your brain needed time to like flatten it out. Like it happened so quick, your brain needed time to put the plot like beginning, middle, and end because it all like at once. And you see that these tentacles, the reunion idea that you're hinting to, have something to do this that her coming to the material plane, there's something else at play that's going on, and leaving is something that can facilitate that doesn't happen. But there is there's this imagery of this and tentacles coming out of the wall. And at different points where the tentacles are groping out, there's a dragon or someone has a dragon heart or skull, weapon or something at these like specific markers around this wall. And this is like a wall that takes up miles and miles, and it's huge and tall, just ridiculous, like Game of Thrones ridiculous, but not of ice, like of like face stone, obelisks and moss and that. Different faces of different.
Chill, that's fucked up.
But there's like the wall is being broken at these different places where these dragon figures stand, and you get the impression that this is a warning, a premonition. Player knowledge, so you guys don't, I guess, overreact to this idea. This is not something this campaign is deal with. This is my Sunday campaign, but it's something that connects to Alex's background with the dragons. So good fit. But what the things we discussed for Dragon Lord, you get the impression the guys around are Dragon Lords that are willfully sacrificing themselves to Tiamat not to happen.
I mean, I
Which is
figure
like-
as soon
Oh,
as
sorry.
as soon as I heard about the tentacles, I was immediately thinking like, does this have to do with like the Sunday campaign or some shit?
Yes. The Sunday campaign tends to deal with more aberration.
Yeah,
Just because, apparently. So
That's because a pirate
Uh,
campaign dealing with aberrations, why not? Yeah, I figured that it was about that. And Eros feels very, very tempted. Because while the psychic link is connected between her and Alec, I feel like it would have been disrupted so that she's not even fully aware of what he was experiencing, only like those brief moments that she managed to look herself. So she's very, I mean, unless you want to say otherwise, but
that makes sense.
she contemplates very briefly casting detect thoughts, but decides against it, irregardless of whether or not Alec would do anything about it. She decides to be respectful of what you have stated. But she looks down at the table, blunt in hand, and says, I miss Birdman.
Same.
Yeah, Alec, don't mind us. We'll handle ourselves. Go do what you have to do.
And I think he just walks off.
With that, unless there's something you guys want to play for something more minute, I would say, that would wrap up the major part of that scene. Sarek would enjoy a final set with you all, and then would jump off the balcony to an annoyed Carrie and Carl to grab him and hoof him down, kill Rick, and you all and sit on the balcony and enjoy what's left of a awkward evening. This would be the evening before you would prepare to return to the city of Salt. For things. So I ask one final time because the next time we see these characters, we will probably be in the city of Salt. You guys have for us now about something else you think could happen here.
No, I don't. Like the most I feel like it would, at least from Eros's perspective, would just be a somber situation. The most interesting thing I could think of would be Horde shows up for 2 seconds, asks where Alec is, and then pisses off. That's about it. I don't really have any ideas beyond that.
Would Strike want to do anything with his family, loved ones, whatnot? Do we just narrate
No.
that they enjoy their time?
Yeah, I'd say they just enjoy the time. Like, yeah, especially if you were blazed out of your fucking mind and
Mm-hmm.
the kid's not being allowed near that thing right now. Yeah.
Okay. I also want to take this opportunity because it's been a while. To clarify, who is returning with you to the city of Strike? I know Saru. I know Roxana and I'm gonna keep the Roxana and the kid. They're staying here, if I remember the discussion.
I believe Eros did ask Cerulean to stay with the kids.
Thank you for clarifying. Okay, cool. I wasn't quite sure because I know there was the okay. So Shallow Butter, I believe, is joining you, and I can't remember if Fedri is.
I think she would join too, or would she stay with Fear? That's the big question here.
Yeah, I don't remember on that in that regard. No.
What would make more sense for a character is the better question.
For me, I mean, Shallow Butter joining us because she's with you makes sense, but Fedrina, it's like
No, she's gonna stay here. If her daughter's staying here,
yeah, because like the city, there's nothing there for her now.
Yeah.
What allegiance does she
Yeah,
have?
yeah.
And she has her daughter here, so
it makes more sense. I think that's why I said Cerulean, because Cerulean would be seen. Asked him to stay behind to help Roxana with everything. Fedrina would stay behind just to make sure daughter and the inheritor, her legacy, nothing happens to her, even despite their awkward relationship. Okay. So
And the most important thing was that fuck shit right, because yeah, I remember Cerulean wanted to argue about getting a Dwarvian of his own, and it was just like
yes,
no, like no,
yes, that's true.
because
Okay,
he didn't want to join for any more fights, but he did want a Dwarvian, and it was like
yes,
no.
that's true. That's true. Okay, so
Yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no.
Fraction, of course, is going to come. I can't remember the exact thing, but I'm going to retcon that Liam stayed with the Lapids.
Something like that.
And Fraction basically. You two have a Dwarvian to assist you. Fraction assist Nouvelle with mobility and survivability.
And
as
Strike
Frac-
complains to Faction that Kalpa keeps telling dad jokes. That's my job.
What?
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I am. They don't really talk. You're sure you're not telling yourself dad jokes?
Maybe, I don't know.
yourself, Patrick.
Okay, no more weed for you for a week.
What? That's not fair. Can I at least have dwarf?
No, you can have dwarf. I'm just saying no weed for a week.
Can I have dwarf and weed?
No,
Why?
because you think the bird is telling dad jokes. That's why.
He is.
I highly doubt that.
I don't.
I do. Cash has never once told even one dad joke.
Cash is a Kalpa. No, give me belly rubs.
I'm not just gonna hand you out a belly rub for free.
What do you want for it?
A head pat?
You get a head pet.
Then you get a belly rub.
Nouvelle, during all of this, just awkwardly sits on Fraction, a sort of chair, and she's just like, "We are such a strange group. We need to get some rest. I think. Once my trance is done, if there's anything, you guys finish your sleep. Fraction and I can test out his teleportation capabilities."
I want to test it with some things too. Faction gave me hyper climbing things. I want to climb around. She does.
You're already so good at climbing.
That's with content's missing. This is without.
Okay. Yeah. I just need rest, and I long since paid Nestor back, and I'm ready to go.
Wee.
Try to get down from the walls and go to sleep.
Spider strike. Spider strike.
Does whatever a spider strike does.
Can he smash? Yes, he can. He's Spider Strike. He's so fucking high.
Yeah, look after him, Evo. He's oh, actually you look fucked too. Mhm.
I don't know what you're. Her red eyes are white, which I think is what happens when a drow's eyes get shut.
It's the inverse.
It's the inverse.
Yeah, Roxana, look after these two morons for the night, please.
Do I get paid early then?
Paid in what? Not me kicking your ass for fucking up another breakfast?
I want to swim, Mr. Pool. Alec, where's Alec? Mr. Pool?
You do realize that he's bigger than me by almost 4.
That's not the point. Just rub his belly and then he'll calm down or something.
Too late, he's already out to fight a pool.
Wait, get back here!
No!
Roxana is going to. She casts locate creature to keep up with.
Oh god.
Okay, can I make you roll for something, Seth? For this? Because it's funny. I want you to make an athletics roll, because perhaps you get me power and adventure in athletics.
About 20 minutes later, Roxana returns with. I give up. She's huffing and puffing. I don't. He went some way, and then I don't know.
Fine.
She sends him. Strike! Damn you! Get back here, Spider Strike, or I will clip your webbing.
I don't have webbing, but I found water. It's so refreshing. Come join.
As soon as he's back, I'm gonna make him just fall on the ground and lose control. I'm just gonna.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Look, I'm just gonna. Fedrina, please look after your fellow drow. I'm just gonna let Drake do whatever. I I need an hour, but I'll be going after that. No one bother me, or I'll throw you off this tower. As arrows fly.
Donovan does not get the message.
Well, she would immediately notice if Donovan was even trying to follow her. And would say,
Donovan!
Wait. Let's see.
yeah, let's see. Let's see him beat a 32.
He's doing really, really good. Like he get down the at least before you notice.
How does Donovan have a +6 in stealth? That's fucking impressive.
They're
He
all
couldn't beat-
urchins.
He couldn't beat me if I rolled as low as possible. Donovan, go to sleep.
It's not me.
I know it's you.
No, it's
She uses a side eye to link into his mind.
You know I can only do this if I can see you, right?
okay, but I want to make sure, someone's got to watch your back, right?
Donovan, I need an hour alone. And I can watch all of you at the exact same time if I wanted to. I don't need anyone watching my back.
Meanwhile, Strike is still swimming in the nearest body of water. Whether it was meant for swimming in the first place or not is irrelevant.
Okay. Okay. He walks back to the room.
Good night, Donovan.
You walk 3 more steps and hear him behind you.
Eros picks up a random object and throws it at him.
Roll an improvised weapon. If you.
Oh, it's not going to be good in any way, shape, or form.
Would
Wow.
you like to spend an inspiration to break the tie?
No, I don't want to hit him. Barely missing is perfect enough.
Yeah, you like hit him, but it doesn't hurt. You know, you like hit him in the arm, and he's like, "Oh shit! You do have eyes in the back of your head."
Go to bed.
Okay, fine. You hear him actually turn around this time, and in the distance, you hear Rock be like, "I've been looking for 20 minutes. Where the hell have you been?" Where is Arrows going?
Eros is just wandering the halls as those events of the Tiamat imagery and Alex staring up the moon replay in her mind over and over and over, with Alex's words of, "This does not concern you," also replaying over and over as she is not paying attention to any particular destination. She is just trying to let the moment settle and pass by as she does her best to convince herself that this isn't her problem.
I think eventually your mind talks and you kind of fall asleep where you're at, trying to go through all those things and process through everything that's happened back in the city of Salt, traveling over the lands from the dogs to the dwarves, the different, Tarrasques that you face in Birdman returning, Setch, Mel, and all these things kind of going through your mind. It's just over for those things. And then with that extra layer that, like, I enjoy that realization, right? That despite all that, that looks kind of compared to, like, what Alec is worried over. Like, how there's another part of the world it's unfazed, seemingly by these things. Nevertheless, those characters would get their last quote unquote long rest before they make their way to the city of Salt. So Strike and Arrows, make sure your stuff is prepared for that inevitability. And I think that would wrap up the Dragon Rider thing, this side of stuff. In essence of that and the role play as pressure I put, I would like to give each of you, and then Strike. The point comes from Donovan. I role played Donovan to kind of match Strike's vibe a lot of the time, so you're definitely inspiration in a lot of ways. So each of you get another inspiration point to add towards your pool for today's session. And with where the hell is Strike's token?
Behind Alec.
Did you literally climb the wall? Like a
I did say Strike goes outside and goes swimming.
yeah, that's true. I just put you four there so I can for tokens and things. We will come to a weird time transition to where jumping forward in time, and take a brief moment to acknowledge the chaos and combat that's happening from. And then I like the imagery of side view, like weird phoenix eagle bird that's being controlled by Jock, in this overarching like world map view, like zooms out and we arch over Amu and the Storm of Vengeance. Goes further in the future. It zooms even further to watch Birdman riding the Tarrasque and then meeting Embert, being stopped, having a discussion, continuing on for a few days, going, being stopped by this group of rangers, heading off one, meeting this cat, right, and then having a discussion with that cat as the Tarrasque. That jumps forward time to Birdman from last session meeting with Aelith, the leadership of the Walkers, and convincing them to return to him, with him, to the Tarrasque to show them that this beast is indeed what he says it is. This is not the mindless creature that, they've been warned over, whatnot, that there's a new change to the story. They reluctantly agree, and then the camera kind of follows Birdman, Aelith's, this Panther Man, Nanui, who's this well-adorned warrior priest, Testadine tortoise person.
Still
kind
due
of,
to get suplexed.
we'll see. And them following Birdman back those few days with Sherthiz kind of helping them through the lands as the ranger who's most familiar with this area.